prospects for them.
Baksha.
Oh, is this a Baksha rope?
Rope or XP?
Oh, yeah, it could also be XP.
Woo-wee. Baksha rope. All right, if you're gonna go badang on us, you know what? Do your worst.
Oh.
We'll deal with
Oh,
that.
and that's a lot of shields on the side of Falcons. The Harith, the Badang.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
The mid laner just go Sicilian. You need the Sicilian at this point.
Get the late game. You need that range.
Yeah, need the range. You can't go static with Eve. Farce is going to be risky. At this point, I think Falcons need to double down on the fact that mid to late game is going to be their sweet spot.
Their damage output is going to be so neutered as well because the Harith can't go too ham.
Not even an Aurora can handle this with good crowd control. Just focus on the mid to late. Go Sicilian.
Valier?
Oh,
okay.
Okay, against the Baksha Esmeralda, Leomord.
That's perfect.
Just see if we can pull it off. Let's see.
It's a perfect answer, honestly. Wow, what a draft battle here in our game number 3. Oh my goodness, can it get better than this? Now I'm a bit torn. I'm a bit torn on this one. I'm gonna be real. It's gonna be hard to actually see who comes out on top unless they actually play it out this time.
Yeah, I think we have to get a really close look at our early jungle rotations. Who gets the second and third turtle of the game? Who's going to be going for the switch first? Looking at the numbers, the early to mid game and late game potential for Team Falcons significantly higher because they do have the Harith on their side. But this Esmeralda has shown to be such a bane against heroes such as Badang and Harith. She's so much stronger now. Good sustain. She holds on longer when she's up against heroes with shields.
Okay, let's load up into game number 3 here. We are going the distance here in this one, and I am not
Mobile
disappointed
Legends
at all. This is going to be a very fair fight. We're going to see a Baksha roam.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's going to be fun here.
Oh.
Okay.
You know, apart from the jungler rotations that you mentioned, I'm kind of leaning towards the fact that Super Marco needs to dominate the laning stages of the game before we head on to the neutral objectives, wherein there with the Esmeralda is going to be present in major team fights. Team Falcons need to make quick work of the early game.
Yeah, look at the start here. It was leashed by Kakadot with a little bit of help with damage from Shizo and Choveskirt, so that once James Banks gets to the purple buff, he's able to take it very quickly. So it matches the pace of the Suyo on the map, who will get the Little Wanderer. It's a 3-man rotation presence. It's going to be a Beetle invade for the Leomord. Same thing goes for the Suyo.
I'm not sure when we last saw Baksha, but I believe it's one of the last few persons. So wait a minute, they're trying to go for Marco, and they went with it successfully.
Yeah.
Able to take him down, and the kill will go on to James Banks.
Hard dive right away again because of the Baksha marks. The shields of the Harith wouldn't be as strong.
Yeah. I believe the last time, or one of the last times we saw the Baksha was actually in the hands of Demon Kite at the jungler for Aurora. They actually won up against TLPH. So now it's on the Roam side, Revitalize. Let's see how it's going to pair off against a team with a Valier for Team Falcons.
That's true. The Valier is definitely, it's not really like a band-aid. It's actually a really good counter to most of these heroes. But at the same time, it can kind of just get overwhelmed here very easily. So again, gonna have to see where they start off here, and then they're gonna start off with the turtle. No falling star moon yet.
Darren Kekador just really being a thorn in the neck of Team Falcons. There's gonna be a diversion for Chopskirt and James Panks, but still Kyle TZ will secure the turtle. They were to go for the Few trade, but Few was able to walk away. And now the clapback again from Team Falcons, but the sustain from AP Bren's just too much.
Yeah, look at there.
They did force out James Banks to walk away, but now Shizu and Super Marco in the picture. The clash will stop there.
And Pandora basically manhandled that trio. Walking up on there. Power of a Hylos in your screens. And now, he's going to go after this one. Actually, I'm surprised Gekko wasn't level 4 for that one.
Yeah. Same thing goes for Dare. He was able to hold on to the back line of Falcons, which messed up their potential re-engage into that team fight. That could have been a much bigger win for Falcons. They got the turtle, but they didn't walk away with a kill. Yeah, the early game sustainability. This is a bully ball lineup by AP Bren. Even if Few has a really good Searing Torrent and he provides space, he still ends up taking a lot of damage.
Big teleport. On the bottom, it's a 3v3, being a 3v4.
Okay, but it looks like AP Bren has to back off. Pandora already cast a glorious pathway, but the wall from Ogun will ensure that Kekedot will fall down.
They got Kekedot very hard there. They can actually block out the jump as well, so you can't really jump out right away if there's someone in front. So yeah, that's not an easy out, even if you're a Baksha.
God, stop. But my goodness, a full charge first skill coming in from the Leomord takes Ogun down by 12, 15% health.
Almost half, yeah.
It's a huge chunk of health down. Then again, this isn't Badang that uses the support emblem, so I have to take that into consideration. Okay, they sent the Leomord down to the bottom lane. EXP lane, the Esmeralda still there. Both still going to be going for the buffs. Double lane for Super Marco. Same thing will go for Shizo once a wave crashes in. Could be a big fight for this turtle.
Yeah, just imagine James Max damage so far is like that already, and he can opt to go again full offensive and just have an immortality just like during game number 2, considering the fact that they have there and the Kekedot 2 tanky frontliners that can tank up the damage for James Max. We can expect an early snowball from the Leomord of James Max, so Team Falcons, they need to prevent a potential snowball from the man with a million moves.
I mean, that's true. I mean, earlier it was a worse start from AP Bren, but they were able to scale up. What more now that it feels like it's more even Stevens?
Okay. Again, you have to watch out for here one of the main
behind.
version. Another good angle.
Great angle here.
There's James Pax again with the Phantom Steed. Countered down with a glorious pathway. Good pushes coming in from Few. Kekedot just soaking up the damage. Look at the sustain from the Baksha, but he has to back off. Health below half. Now Team Falcons still holding on to this turtle, and they're going to secure it successfully. There tries to go for the back, and Team Falcons, no casualties so far.
Man, these battlefields are getting very, very messy. So many land traps that you have to avoid and walk out of. And it's becoming very apparent that Falcons are able to navigate this a lot better. It's a lot harder for AP Bren to make stuff happen. With a Valyrian.
Lots of effects on the ground, things to avoid, some key stunts, knockbacks. So both of them have them in space, but then again, the reason why we hyped up the Valyr pickup is a really good Searing Torrent does mess up the team fighting of AP Bren. However, they can recover. They have a very strong front line, which eventually they can just bulldoze their way through it. Oh, Kaltizi.
Okay.
Oh, he flashed the sticker.
He knows.
He had a feeling. I was like, he even showed up a nice try. Okay.
All right.
It seems like every member of Team Falcons has a sixth sense. Everyone's sensing some things that can come from AP Bren. And now they're trying to help out Shizu here, but 3-1 rotation from Falcon will stop, and they're going to go back to the mid lane.
It feels like they just assume that if someone's gone on the map, he's right next to me.
Yeah.
That just feels like what they're looking at here.
This is the only time it's safe to assume things.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember there was a time, too, that the Esmeralda is great against lineups with a high loss, because against the Esme, the high loss does nothing. Yeah, you got the Ring of Punishment around you, but it's only so much that you can do to it.
He can still dance and absorb you, your HP.
Exactly. Well, the Esmeralda is going to be the one who's really happy about that. He's like, all right, there's nothing I can do. She's just dancing around me.
Just regenerating health for me, bro.
Yeah.
So.
But at the same time for Falcons, the glorious pathway paired up with the kit from Pew. It's just also too much from AP Bren. The slows are just immense. Even if AP Bren has a lot of sustain, eventually they're not going to be able to reach out the back line of Team Falcons.
It's the Phantom Steed of James Miles. That's going to be the X factor here. And even, of course, a good diversion, which Chove Skirt has been he's not hesitating to use it. Sending James Miles.
Gonna send out James Max, still not spotted out by Team Falcons. Already committed the Phantom Steed. Kekedot jumps in. He also has to revitalize, but still gonna get bursted down by Kyle Teasy. Next man is Kyle, but 2 also fall down for AP Bren. An even trade, and Shizu wants to go for more. Here comes the Purify from there, and the Star Dance to bring down one more. Pandora bites the bullet of Shizu.
There you go. That is how it's done. A great counterplay, even in the end for Falcons. But AP Bren, their maneuverability, actually they netted them again. And there as well in front, just no one can really beat him down.
Massive wins for AP Bren. So unfortunate. AP Bren, where has this been? Where has this AP Bren been? The creativity in the draft. Let's not talk about the Moscow first pick, but what they've shown up in this game 2, now this game number 3, the confidence, good positioning, they're checking conditions. Where was this AP Bren for majority of the season? It hurts that we're only seeing this now.
It seems like the key so far for AP Bren is the tandem of Louis and the Leomord. Yeah, for the past 3 wins that they have, these are the 2 heroes that are consistent, and now they're aiming for a 4th win with these two heroes.
Now they've paired it up with an Esmeralda box shot.
And they spot out Ogwen. Still got caught out by the piercer of Shizu. Another kill, another stack at Silent Kid. They're not even done. Might be too deep. James backs up against a lot of the members. But still, he's alive.
Oh
and
my
able
God.
to turn things around by bringing down Few and Pandora. Next man is Marco. And again, the bullet of Shizu penetrates the bulletproof.
They can bulldoze this really quickly. Kaltese is going to be so hard to defend this. But again, Owen's going to be back in. AP Bren showing off impressive team fighting.
There's Falling Star Moon. And now another diversion just to go get on out of here.
Bye.
Falcons. This does not look good for them as AP Bren. They can just, again, bully the Suyo into submission here. The Esmeralda pick coming in clutch again for another team that was brave enough to pick it. First it was Aurora. Watch there. He's going to show up here. Big Falling Star Moon. Oh, they cut it out. But you saw the tail end of it right there, actually.
Yeah. Still, the Star Moon connected. Huge CC for AP Bren to keep Team Falcons at bay and eventually be able to take them down. And that's a 5K gold swing already for AP Bren. No more 3rd turrets available, and at the same time, they're literally dominating this by trying to go for more crucial first objective up for grabs, and they go for the diversion once again. Few already casted the ultimate plus the flicker. Major resources expended now. Pandora got caught in the middle already, forced out the glorious pathway. There from the back after Few once again. The Phantom Steed is here this time, and Ogwen is gonna fall down.
The Esmeralda does so much.
It does.
It does so much to just break Falcons out of their tempo, force them to overreact, send them back at the time where they want to be pushing forward.
Oh boy.
These were one of the rare times I saw Team Falcons kind of not in sync with the previous clash.
Duality!
Look at the pull from the Duality as they also get the Lord.
Devo.
And bring down Pandora, force down the Salmon, force down the diversion from the back to cut off the exit route. Kaltese getting chased down by 4. Might be able to escape though there with the Falling Star Moon. Gonna connect it still. Ogwen in the picture this time, and only Pandora and Few will fall down.
I don't know how they're going to stop Dare here. This Esmeralda is just doing too much and not just absorbing too... They're not really doing anything about it. So, oh man, Falcons, what are you going to do?
Yeah, what Falcons needed is what they couldn't get. They need hard basic attack damage, continuous basic attack damage from a traditional marksman. You can't fault them for picking the Harith. You gotta credit AP Bren for picking the Esmeralda late into the draft, and even the Baksha as well.
It's also getting dealt with magic resistance.
Yeah. Now Kekedot already starts things out, might get bursted down, but the Revitalize was enough to sustain it. Acting as a secondary Lord for AP Bren as they burst down, inhibitor down bottom. Now they're zoning out the members of Team Falcons. Lord still up, Super Marco already used up the Zaman Force to try and to make kills here as Kekedon will fall down as well. Yeah. AP Bren has to retreat.
Ogwen held on to his ultimate, he didn't use it. The patience by Falcons. They lose Pandora, but they traded out the roamer of AP Bren as well. But AP Bren, cannot deny, it still has a significant lead. Look at the 2 gold laners. Super Marco only has 2 core items. While it's already full built for the Granger of Shizo, who has hella stacks, max stacks, on this Sky Piercer.
You know, I'm not used to saying AP Bren is winning, but at the same time, the 5 players of Falcons are losing.
So what does that mean?
So that's really weird for me right now. Again, Team Falcons trying to pull off a late game comeback here, but again, they have to worry about the stacks of Shizu. It's already 11 kills for the Granger.
Oh boy. Holy Crystal just got completed here for the Harith, so that's maybe something. but it's not going to be much, especially with a very tanky lineup that AP Bren has against Magic. They don't have that marksman. They needed that traditional marksman. They can't get it anymore. So what's it going to be? How are they going to deal with this?
I'm sensing could be a potential diversion now for Chobskirt.
Yeah, they're going to decide to send someone.
Yeah.
It's even really tough for KTZ to get any big damage in, because who's he going to chunk down? Oh my
goodness!
That's max stacks on that Sky Piercer.
Ogun disappeared from the map.
Plus the Phantom Steed of James Panks.
It's like all these combos. It's just getting bypassed here over and over again.
We head on back to the game again. Chobskirt's diversion still up for grabs, but I think AP Bren's gonna resort instead to having a Lord Dance against Team Falcons. And as mentioned by Rockhart, they don't wanna. Team Falcons doesn't want to fight it out 5v5. Oh, now they're trying to go for Pandora. They just did that to his cousin. Oh my goodness, AP Bren.
The cousins are not having a fun time today.
Maybe Bren has something against the Onigo family.
Yes. It feels that way. They're just, I guess there's just too much front-loaded damage from AP Bren at this point because of how well they scale, even though it's only an 8k gold lead,
Tough.
It feels like it's more.
It just proves the old adage in esports, it's all a mental game. Their last dance in Season 15, and AP Bren could potentially beat their big brothers in Falcons in 3.
Lord sieging in onto the bottom lane. Team Falcons are having a hard time clearing out a lot of minions. Mid lane inhibitor turret already taken down. They committed a combo onto Kekido, but he's still alive. Zaman Force already casted out by Super Marco. But still AP Bren unscathed. One inhibitor left for Team Falcons. They have minions onto the middle lane, and there with a beautiful falling star moon onto Super Marco.
Ooh.
Clear it.
Still the defense
Yeah,
for Team Falcons.
Ogun was trying to look for the angle for the flicker, set up play, but Shizu was able to spot him as Ogun was concealed.
They're not grouping up too much. It's an empty bear base here.
Super Marco, this is it, all in.
Oh, but he got stunned out, but he was able to take down Kekedot though. Ogun with a crucial kill. Now here comes the Phantom Steed. Flickers are already casted out by Team Falcons. They don't want to engage when James Panks is on Barbiel.
That's best case scenario. You lose out all of your turrets, but you are able to do -1 maybe. But again, despite this, they can't really get much out of it because there's no Lord on the map.
James Panks brought out the Phantom Steed, brought out the Barbiel, but Few was able to use the Searing Torrent plus a combination of his Burst Fireball to get a stun off to James Panks. It didn't stop him from getting on the Ducati, but it did delay him from chasing the members of Falcons that looked like the Leomore could have just trampled them down. So that was a slight save there for Few, and at the beginning of that fight, how Pandora actually placed his Glorious Pathway as sort of divider. Instead of placing it directly onto the members of AP Bren, he placed it as a dividing line between AP Bren and Falcons.
Yeah. And no one wants to step on that. We know it's just a slow, but no one just really wants to step on it, and it's working. It's working to divide the Falcons lineup.
Yeah.
And somehow they're making it work.
In that case, it acted like, honestly, a landmine for AP Bren. If they step on it, they can get bursted down by Team Falcons. But looking at Shizu's stat 13-0-1, I'm not sure if this is correct, but I believe the highest kills with 0 deaths so far this season was 12, and I think Shizu just topped that already with 13 kills so far, unless he dies.
Let's see. Let's see. Immortality for Ogwen, so there's going to be a bit more leeway for him to make that perfect fist crack, fist break combo happen. But as you can see, AP Bren, they're not actually sticking together as 5. They're just trying to bait out some mistakes here for Falcons.
Yeah. And so far, we haven't seen any Chobskirt diversion yet. Not enough information access there by AP Bren. Again, they want to go with the Lord Dance because previously they won it. And they know that face value 5v5, they can go and take down Team Falcons in a Lord fight. But again, there's a crucial angle from Super Marco and Ogun. But I think they got spotted out by AP Bren.
Like they did, James Panks is up on front. Phantom Seed is ready. Few can't really walk too much. Pandora gets bursted as well.
AP Bren can just rush this. Super Marco's not there. Too far as the Badang as well. They have to clear up minion waves. Conceal play, they're going in!
Phantom Seed plus the ultimate coming in from there. They burst it down. Pandora. Now Ogun trying to soak up the damage. He missed the combo!
No!
And James Panks secures the Lord. Immortalities pop for Kekedot. Now a diversion on top. Who are they going to find? They're targeting Bill, and he takes him down. 15 kills, 0 deaths for Shizu. He wants to go for more, but this is the end signal. And AP Bren, against all odds, takes down Team Falcons.
They complete the reverse